My friends, do you remember Miranda Cosgrove from the show iCarly? She also sang and acted in a lot of other stuff, but that's what she was known for. Well, I just learned the other day that in 2016, she nearly escaped a pretty horrific type of fate. She was apparently out on a date one night, and the date didn't go so well, and so she decided she was going to stay the night at her parents' home instead of her home. As it turns out, there was a very obsessed stalker who, for days, had been breaking into her backyard and stashing things like ropes and knives and food and other things in her yard. And he was planning to take her hostage and do who knows what with her. And the night that he was planning to do this was also the night that she didn't come home because she stayed at her parents' house. So he ends up pacing around in front of her home and throughout her yard for like 6 hours. They can see all this on cameras after the fact. Finally, he starts to get pretty upset, and then he sees a car that looks a lot like Miranda Cosgrove's drive by her property. Thinking it's her and angry, he takes out a gun and shoots the car 6 times before it drives off. The driver was okay, by the way. He gets very upset by this, and he apparently lights himself on fire, and then he uses the gun and ends himself. Miranda's at her parents' house the entire time, and she gets a call from the police around 3 a.m. and is told about all this. And so she shows up, and there's all the yellow tape and everything. And yeah, she got very lucky that she stayed with her parents that night. What a wild story from someone with such a, mostly innocent backstory that you would never imagine.